Hello and welcome to an introduction to Allods. This is part 3. We're going to go briefly over the Martyrs skills and what that means. You may be asking right now, what Martyrs things? What? But this is actually kind of a common reaction to Martyrs skills. There's quite a bit of confusion on new players on how these work and what the point of them is. So, let's hop on down here and take a look. First off, this is our Gibbernin character. It's a Warden. We just got done with the instanced tutorial, the very beginning of the game, and we're now out in the main game world, or not the main game world, but we're out in the second half, if you will, of the tutorial. And this is where we're going to learn a little bit more of the stuff that shows you how the game works. Now, we've done most everything that you need to really know to get started playing, but we've not touched on the Martyrs yet. So, the way the Martyrs work is there's 12 different Martyrs. Go figure, there's one for each month. Martyrs give you stat bonuses and special abilities that can help you out. Mostly they're kind of a, in case of emergency, press this panic button kind of ability. But they also have kind of a rest ability, which you can use between combat, and it's pretty handy. So, anyways, so we just came from right up here, up on the stairs. We come down here, and if you're playing on the League side, you're going to want to talk to this Warden lady here. This is Anastasia Yahontova. Again, Russian names, not my forte. Let's talk to her. And, well, the quest was to come talk to her. And she's got this quest right here. This is what gets us started with the Martyrs stuff. The power of the Martyrs. So she's going to give me this quest. And you'll see here it's going to give me the Martyr's Salvation skill, as well as incense and myrrh. Again, we're not talking about Christian holidays here. This is stuff that you're going to use to power up these abilities, the Martyr's abilities. So, I'm going to go ahead and take this quest. Now, you'll see over here, right next to my my character's portrait, I've got this symbol. This is my martyr symbol. So when I came out of that tutorial, I was given this symbol. So this is my martyr. It's Capre, I guess. So Capre is my martyr, so to speak. Now, there's not a whole lot of meaning behind the different martyrs. So one martyr is not better than the other martyrs. They're all the same martyr in terms of a bonus and things like that. The spot where it does affect you is if you are playing on the free-to-play server. You'll probably encounter runes at some point here, and I've got my first 2 rune slots unlocked already. I don't have any runes to put in them, but when I go and get runes, they need to be runes that match my martyr. So I will need to get Capre runes. So, anyways, if you're playing on the pay-to-play server, the subscription server, you're not going to have to worry about runes because they don't exist on that server. So, the other thing you'll notice, though, down here it says bonus, and these are my stats. I get a bonus from my martyr depending on its current level. Now, how this works is, right now by default it's set to my main damage stat, which is my intelligence. If I want to, I can click on luck and change it over to that, but we'll come to that later because I haven't been given any myrrh yet, and I need myrrh to do this. So we'll come back to that. First off, though, I've got this quest to go spread a handful of astral dust, which she gave me, and kill a wretched demon mage. Now, I already know where I'm going for this, so I'm just going to rush right over here as fast as I can. Rawr. Don't mind my random emote clicking. The emotes are pretty cool, though, especially if you're playing as a gibberling. For example, I can point And they all team up to do it. It's so great. Anyways, so here I am. This is the spot where I would need to spread the astral dust. You can look up here at the mini-map, and you'll see there's an icon right there pointing to this spot. And so, I mean, the mini-map's a pretty good reference if you need to know where to go for something. But down here, I've got my little hotbar which pops up saying, hey, you could use that. If I wanted to, I could just bring up my inventory and use it out of here, but this is easy, so... There we are, spreading this dust. And here comes the mage, and immediately my pet leaps into action. Alright, well, that was that. He didn't exactly last long. But I've met all the criteria for that quest, and so it's turned green. So we'll run back here and turn this in, and she's going to give me all this stuff. Sweet. So now I've got Myrrh, and I've got this Martyr's Salvation skill. So, again, let's take a look back here. This is my stat bonus, and if I want to change this, it's going to use some of my Myrrh to do it. So let's say I want to change this off of intelligence and onto luck. My bonus I know is 5 points, so right now this is adding 5 points to intelligence. Well, 37 minus 5 is going to be 32. That's still higher than my luck, and I really, really like luck. So I'm going to go ahead and move this to my luck just by clicking on it. So now my stats are a little more balanced. Wisdom's a bit weak. I could probably have switched it over there. But down here it says you have spent 5 drops of Myrrh. So anytime I want to switch that, it's going to spend that Myrrh. So again here, Wisdom's looking a little bit low. I'm going to swap it over to that instead. Again, I've spent 5 more drops of Myrrh. Now, this Martyr's Salvation skill I've got, it's going to cost me Myrrh to use this skill. But when I use it, it's going to help level up my Martyr's abilities overall. So you'll see what I mean here. Right now I'm a full health, so it would be kind of a waste to use that. So let's come over and tick off a few of these crabs. Wardens are pretty good at ticking off things, so... Given this is the very beginning of the starters area, it's kind of hard for me to take a lot of damage, so... Alright, notice I have taken some damage. It's restoring pretty quickly, but I'll go ahead and click this. And look up here, I've just gotten a little bit of experience progress on a bar that was invisible. And there it goes again. And this is completely refilling my health and my mana. And down here it also says I've used 1 drop of Myrrh. Plus it's got a cooldown. So if I wait around a little bit longer, bum 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 bum, I can use it again. And notice this is going way up. Right now it's at level 2. So the more often I use these Martyr's skills, the more the Martyr's ability, or my Martyr's level, goes up. The higher that Martyr's level goes up, the more stat bonus I get. So notice again, I'm still at 5, but if I can level it up again here, now I've got +6 to my stat bonus. So the higher my Martyr's level equals the better the stat bonus I get. However, the higher and higher the level of my my Martyr level, the more Myrrh it's going to cost me to use these abilities. So everything's kind of in a little bit of a cycle, if you will. So now I've got +6 to my stats. That's pretty sweet. Now, let's take a look here. Notice right now, all of this text is redded out. My patron's blessing is faded, it says. How do I get my patron's blessing to be active? Now that stat bonus and that damage bonus that you see there in the light blue, that is constant. So I don't have to worry about the blessing being active for me to actually get that benefit. I just have that. However, having the blessing active is good for resisting a whole bunch of different control effects. So you can see a bunch of them listed right there. Icy Grave, Hypnosis, Lethargy Potion, Debilitating Plague, blah blah blah. And it gives me an immunity to them once they wear off on me, besides a 60% resistance. So I want that to be active. To activate my Martyr's Blessing, as they call it, I need to use incense. That's where the incense that comes in that we mentioned before. Now, I got this little ticket down here. It's a sample of incense from the item shop. So if I try to use that, since we're out of the instance tutorial, we can now get to the item shop. And see right down here, it says instance for novice. So it costs me nothing. I'm going to go ahead and click buy on that. And it's just giving me a warning saying this is kind of a special item that's only for this character, and once I use it, it's bound to me. But I'm okay with that. So we're going to buy that incense. And so notice this is right now kind of faded out in orange. If I use this incense, now we're all glowy and yellow. And notice the text is now green, showing me that yes, this is active, it's on, it's being used. You also can notice at the bottom there, it says your blessing will fade in 23 hours and 59 minutes and blah blah blah. Incense lasts you 1 day, and that is real time. That's not in-game time. So if I log in at the same time tomorrow, my incense will be just wearing out. But I have that blessing active now, so I've got all this extra resistance, as well as I've got this kind of cool glowy thing around my character. Later on in the game, you will encounter some things that give you more Martyr's abilities. Martyr's Salvation is kind of the basic one. It's just for restoring your health and mana when you're outside of combat. Using it in combat is not very beneficial. All it does is speed up your mana regen a little bit. So really, it's only useful out of combat. Also, usually you'll see an icon over people like this. This icon right here. That is the icon that lets you know this person sells myrrh. So if I come in here and click on trade, I can buy extra drops of myrrh from her for in-game money. So you don't have to worry about spending cash shop money or real money in order to keep on leveling up your Martyr Salvation skills. You can just use in-game money for that. They are also capped at your level. So, for example, if I just keep on using this, currently it's level 3. I can get it up to level 4, but I can't get it any higher than level 4. It's got to match my current level. Once I hit level 5, I can then proceed to upgrade the Martyr's level to level 5. Anyways, that's about all there really is to explain for now about the Martyr's abilities. The ones you get later on are things that are kind of instant help, if you will. They'll restore health or mana, or there's one that also resists control effects. So if you get knocked down or something, you can click on that and immediately it will pop you back up onto your feet. Those are actually a lot more expensive to use. They cost about 5 times as much myrrh per use. And they've also got pretty hefty cooldowns, so if you're in PvP, you can't just spam these things because they've got pretty lengthy cooldowns. I mean, we're talking a few minutes. Anyway, so that is the Martyr's abilities. Hopefully this has given you a little bit more of an understanding on what they are and how they work. And yeah, we'll move on with the next video and talk about skills and the Ruby grid and stuff like that. So thanks for watching, and I hope I see you in the next video. Thank you.